meeting to order at 4:32.
Nice. Okay.
Okay, now I have to run this, right? Is that all?
That's right. You jumped in first, so yeah, you're in charge.
Okay. Can I get approval of the consent agenda?
I'll motion it.
And I'll second. I think Blake and I are going to be doing a lot of this.
And you vote.
Oh, now we're to vote?
Yeah.
All of us? Okay, you have to say.
You don't know, it's not a voice vote, it's just all in favor.
Oh, all in favor?
Yeah.
Aye.
It's a voice vote, not a roll call.
And it's also nice if you say Blake gives a motion,
Oh, yeah.
Paula seconds.
Yeah.
Now, this will be easy, but it helps Michelle.
Yeah.
I always forget that. You should remind us at the beginning of every meeting.
I get gold stars.
Yeah, we'll start with that. Would you like a kiss?
Thanks, Michelle.
By that I mean a
We'll bring
chocolate
handing out
kiss.
kisses as rewards.
Don't say that too loosely around me, Emily.
Yeah, I know, right? Okay. Do we have any written communication from public?
Yes, but I asked the person if they wanted me to share it with the board, and they never responded, so I'll assume that it's a private communication. Of course, it's subject to FOIA, but.
Okay. And then no one's here, amazing. So we will move on to old business, capital needs discussion.
They're moving the old chiller out of the boiler room here. I think it's the chiller. And that's why you see the big hole in the wall out front. Mostly most of the capital needs are,
How did the,
stuff that we talked about last month.
yeah, how did they had to close a part of the library one day, right?
Hasn't happened yet.
Oh, okay. I just am feeling a bit nervous for that, if
Yeah,
I'm being
yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
I don't like the idea, but it's fine, everything will be fine. Okay. Furniture project update.
Well,
Here we are.
a lot of progress has been made, and we've got a couple things back ordered. We had, as in any project of this size, some things didn't arrive the way we wanted, so and you missed a couple things, and so we're going to consider buying some more meeting room chairs for the upstairs children's auditorium. Not 100% sold on that, but we're going to consider that. Probably another $4,000 to $4,500 for those, 30 more chairs. Considering getting casters on. We thought we did order casters, but we didn't. Casters on the tables out here, those little wheels, on the tables in the children's. Because they're flip-top tables to make for easy storage, but it's not, and you can push them out of the way, but if you can't easily push them, really, that flip-top doesn't really help.
I would have thought they would come with the extras, but.
Well, we thought that's what we ordered, and we looked at everybody, including the architect, and we looked at the order, it's not what we ordered. So, that was just an oversight.
Yeah.
What else? The circ desk is, it's not really the circ desk itself, but the cabinet behind the circ desk, they cut it wrong, and so they're gonna have to rebuild it. What?
The singular booths that have the,
Yeah, and there were some things that came broken and just not what we ordered. But there's single seat sort of booth seating that has, electronic, you can move the table up and down, right? And then they've got USB and they've got phone chargers and power that you can plug into. But it's not what we ordered for places where there is no power, and yet that's what they sent us. So one, all the connectors are broken, except for one. But two, we don't want them where there is no power, because then wherever the table is, here or whatever, it ain't gonna move because it's driven by power. So Tiffany's gonna fix that.
I'm also going to assume that those cost more money. Did we pay for them?
Well, we haven't paid for anything.
Well, yeah,
we've made down payments.
Sorry.
Okay.
I was gonna be early and then sometimes I end up late.
We got
What the
rolling.
heck is this?
We got rolling.
it's beautiful.
I know, wait.
we're
Oh,
talking
good,
about,
good,
we're
good.
talking about furniture project right now.
Oh,
So
who started it?
Me.
Yay! I was hoping you would say
Emily
that.
swung the gavel.
I love it.
Yeah, she spoke up first, so she got it.
Good, good. Sorry about this.
So we're on furniture project update.
Okay, good.
You missed a lot. No.
So, there are, the ones that, we did order those intentionally for the class. And one of them's not broken, and the rest of them are. These, they're like single seat booths that the tables are, the table level is adjustable.
Okay.
But we got some that we didn't order. You know, and then almost all of them are broken. Broken in
Nice.
delivery, so that Tiffany's handling that.
Maybe we work on their packaging design.
Yes, yes. And we're noticing
Or their
scratches
delivery
on
drivers.
a lot of these chairs, on the steel part,
Oh, that's
on a
not
lot of
good.
these chairs, so I just sent,
We paid a lot of money.
yeah, I just sent Tiffany a text about that.
Mm.
I mean, I know that I'm telling you what's wrong,
Mhm.
but all things considered, I think it's went pretty smoothly. Because there's a lot of moving parts. I mean, there's a lot of furniture in this building, and we're replacing almost every stick of it. So, I would say all things considered, it's been pretty successful. We've had, I averaged, I think, 17,000 steps a day last week. And I'm sorry, my real job has been neglected, a lot in the last 8 days.
That happens.
But,
And it's the holidays, you know, great timing.
yeah, but, I don't know, anything else that you want to point out that?
There were a couple of things. We're missing 2 team chairs. We're missing those little mushroom-looking things. There's only 2, but we're missing like.
We found some.
You found some? Yay! And some things we just didn't know where they went. And Tiffany was here today. We got those where they're supposed to be.
Who's putting this all together?
Well, variety. So if you kind of go way back in your memory, there were certain things that were single sourced. There were certain, there was only one vendor that could supply. And then there were some that, there were multiple vendors. Thomas Interiors got the main contract. They got all the multiple source items. But they hired a crew called, I can't think of it, to do the installation. Just like the other Library Furniture International, they hired MRI, a company called MRI to do the installation. So we had 2 installation crews here for the last 2 weeks. The wall to Jess's office, did you see that the door is giant? It goes all the way to the top. So I don't know if she's strong enough to open it, but it is a gigantic door.
4 sectionals.
And the sections are on back order.
But that'll be huge. They're going to take up a lot of space.
Yeah. And I think I already told you guys last month that the reference desk and the children's service desk were postponed, so it'll be late January, early February. And that's because, we wanted to get the wrap right. We wanted exactly what we wanted, so.
For the amount of money we're paying, we should get exactly what we want.
So, I think that's it. I mean, the best thing is to walk around and, after the meeting and take a look and see what's here, because it's
I
kind
thought
of.
maybe we could do
Sit
that as
down.
a group
I'm happy,
tomorrow. I feel like we should go on a
Yeah, we
group
should.
tour.
Yeah.
Tell the
Yeah.
board is here.
happy to do that,
I feel like this is exciting enough that,
exactly.
I don't know, I feel like it should be a group.
Well, because I'm not seeing everything, I'm walking around, but certain things are catching my eye, but I'm probably missing a lot of
Team
uh,
it.
steward.
Almost everything you see is me. Almost.
I know, I walked in and I was like, oh, yeah, I gotta get some meat. Oh.
So anyway, happy to answer any specific questions about it, but the best thing to do is walk around and take a look.
Okay,
And if we've got time and interest, we can do that tomorrow.
cool.
I think we definitely have interest.
Okay, anything else in old business? No?
We did an approval of the agenda, but I don't think we did the approval of the November.
Oh my gosh, you're right, we
13th.
did.
No, it's part of
It's together.
it's
Oh,
they're
consent
taken
agenda.
together as consent agenda.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I just didn't say it.
Oh, Okay,
I-
so you mentioned the approval
I meant
agenda,
to.
yeah. 'Cause there were-
They're considered as one item.
Yeah,
Oh,
So-
okay.
Yeah, and if there's ever concern on something in the minutes when they talked about consent agenda, just, that's the time to,
Oh, okay.
And if there was
So I
something-
missed it, yeah, because there was just one small.
it's worth, I don't see any problem going back and pointing it out.
Oh, okay.
Let's get it right.
On the, under new business, when we made the motion to send the check registered to the full board, seconded, I'm not listed as a yes, and then Ms. Petty is still listed.
Is not on this.
Is not on,
Yes.
on it. So, yeah, we just need
so
to,
there we go.
yeah, so. If we
Good
can,
catch.
We'll change that to Ms. Cross.
yeah, and then take Ms. Petty out. Yeah,
Yes.
and then that matches who was at the meeting, so
Yes.
it all looks good.
Nice.
There's another.
Oh, yeah, there's
adjournment
another
Ms.
Miss
Petty,
Petty.
too.
And I bet that was me.
Yeah, that's my assumption. All right, we'll get that fixed.
And that's why we're gonna say our names.
Is that supposed to be a TV?
No.
I thought the same.
No, that's, remember, this was a Jacoby request. So what we've got here is, what we've got here is power and USB and et cetera, et cetera.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a screen.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Everyone's using.
So,
I assume you're taking over?
I know, you can keep going.
No, you go for it,
Good job.
girl.
Okay, so other old business? Do we have any other old business? No? Okay, so the November check registry, we'll move on to that. And what's NIAC?
That is our, we now have electronic payment options at the print,
I
at the
asked
print
this.
read.
I thought,
I think you do too, but I don't mind answering. That's our monthly fee.
how many months do you think it'll take for me to get that one?
I think there's already a pool.
Okay, what about AAE Holdings?
What page is that?
It's on the page after that. It's like a $4,000 expense and it says deposit and travel expense for 100th anniversary celebration.
Oh, that is the company that is gonna do the living history. They're gonna do this is for the 150th anniversary, and it's paid for by the Friends. But they're the ones doing the escape room, and it's gonna have, there's gonna be it's gonna be themed around Decatur Public Library history.
Okay.
It's got a couple, 3 days.
There you
So
go.
it's a
Taken
3-day
October.
thing, yes.
Which one was that?
AAE Holdings, Inc.
Oh, and I was gonna, what's Unique Management Services? I
There
need
we go.
them.
Unique Management Services is our collection agency.
I may or may not
Oh.
have asked that question for almost 2 years.
Yeah, well, because
Every board
So-
meeting?
it's a
No,
collection
every board
agency and
meeting.
they call themselves Unique?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Well, they do more than collections, but that's what we use them for.
Oh, okay.
I think Emily was here the first time I didn't ask.
Yeah.
She's pretty excited.
It's like, I don't think I've ever heard that one before, so.
I was kind of like, just didn't recognize it at all. Thank you.
Anybody else, anything?
And we get about, Unique gets us about $4 back for every dollar we spend on them.
You guys have any questions? Okay, so let's move on to the budget actuals. Oh, wait, no, sorry.
approval for that.
Jeez Louise, okay. So, does anybody want to make a motion to approve?
Blake will motion to approve. the-
And Emily will second.
Okay, now we have to go through everybody, okay?
Aye.
Bye.
Aye.
Aye. So passes on to the full board. Okay, next.
So, you can see we're about 89% of revenue collected, 92% of the year. More on that later. About 90% of our personnel expenses. Everything else is pretty much in line with where we would expect to be. Our cash balance in our operating fund as of December 1 was $2,081,000. and change, and the capital fund was $389,000. I had
Wow.
reported that to you, $390,000 roughly. In Cantonia, a little over $7,000. There's a reminder, the Cantonia Fund is a trust fund. It is just for the purchase of books. Meyer, which is a trust fund, just for the purchase for local history items. The balance is $33,900. In memorials and donations, roughly $6,800 for final cash balance of $2.5 million, a little over $2.5 million.
So, I know you discussed this before,
Sure.
that library materials will only at 77.6%.
Yes. And we have a lot of electronic things coming through that should be this month. or-
That we are canceling and diverting that money into something
That's right.
else before the
That's
end of the year,
Yes.
so that we don't have to pay for it
We're
next
gonna,
year.
we're gonna load up on Hoopla, is what we're going to do.
Excellent.
Yes, because
I appreciate that,
Because
as a
that's been-
frequent user.
that's been exploding, so. So, if I can move to
Yep, let's move
projection,
on.
unless anybody has any questions. Left it on my desk, but, so, expenses look great, revenue doesn't. And that's the long and short of it. And I'm predicting a budget shortfall in this year's budget. Keep in mind, a budget is a snapshot in time. We still have plenty of cash in the bank. But a shortfall of $52,000, roughly $53,000. Here's why. I wish I printed this off. I printed off an email exchange, and I could probably run to my desk and get it, but I'll have it for tomorrow's meeting. Last week's city council meeting.
Very controversial.
They were talking about the levy, okay? So I looked at it, and I noticed that they said, so the library levy for the 2024 levy, which is for the 2025 budget, is $3,222,539, which was less than we had approved, but I told you guys about that. And I looked at the 2023 levy, which is for the 2024 year. $3,072,000. But what budget was approved by you guys in city council? $3,122,000. So I emailed the CFO of the city of Decatur, and I said, you know, there's a ton I don't know about municipal finance. But I would think that you would levy for slightly more than your budget, because you're never going to collect 100% of your levy. Help me understand this. Because you levy for less than the approved budget. That makes no sense at all to me, because you're not going to get it.
I feel like
The
that's the
same-
last option. You'd levy for more, then levy for equal. Why would you ever levy for less?
Yeah, because what does the budget even mean then?
Yeah.
You know, the budget is your plan, it's your blueprint, your financial plan for the coming year. If you know you're going to get less than what your plan says, why would you plan for that? So I emailed and I said, help me understand. And something similar happened last year. Somebody over at the city gave me an explanation that I did not understand at all. Different person. So I emailed Ms. James, the CFO of the city of Decatur, and she said, you know, I'll read it to you verbatim tomorrow, but we made a mistake. And it looks like we made a mistake for a couple of years, but we fixed it. But fix just means they won't make the same mistake again. There's no going back and fixing it. Okay, you're not going to
So
get
we're not
there.
gonna get the money, but.
Correct,
Yeah.
correct. And the problem is, we're done. We didn't even collect the $3,072,000 that day. So that's a $100,000 swing. In a $4 million budget, that's not insignificant. We've also, you know, the PPRT, as I've been telling you all year,
Oh, yeah.
that's way under. we can ignore the grants lines, because those are,
Placeholders.
although we're out of whack, which is something I gotta remember to talk about, because we're apparently not getting our monies in a timely fashion from the friends, is what it looks like to me. So, because you can see we are, for our other grant expenses, where I'm projecting 104,000, and our end line is not good enough there. So I'll be having that conversation, hopefully we can get a nice check from them in the next week or so, to balance that off. It looks to me like they're in arrears. So I've always been told in the past that you got money in the bank, you kept your spending where it was supposed to be, which we did. You got no control over and this is, I mean, from the city finance department, that you've got no control over the revenue line. You did your job. So, but I want to make you guys aware of this. It looks for sure like we're coming up under because of the revenue side. But as you see, I'm projecting, you know, we're well under our spending budget. So it is what it is, and that's where we are, and you know, I guess I should have, I know I should have seen the levy, you know, but, I'll, you know, 11 years, I've never seen the actual levy paperwork, not one time. And I just happened to, you know, I heard about the city council meeting, and that it was a bit controversial, so I looked. And so it's looking like we're getting a 5% increase, which we're not really. I mean,
No, it's just what we're due, and
Yes,
they
yes,
just
yes,
haven't given it to us
yes,
the last
so,
2 years.
Or longer, maybe.
anyway.
Yeah,
Well, it's really only the last 2 years. We've always gotten what we, and that's where I'm really confused, because we've always gotten, typically, in my tenure here, we've gotten a little bit more than what we budgeted for. So my assumption is they always levy for a slightly higher amount. We're at this is basically a 98.5% collection. But if it doesn't even make sense to me to levy for the exact amount. You're not going to get that. That beggars the imagination. Why am I going to budget for a number I know I'm not going to get?
Yeah.
I mean, you should levy
Yeah.
for more than what you. But she did say they're going to levy for the exact amount. So we need to keep that in mind going forward in 2025. We're not going to get that $3,222,539. We're going to get a little less. So I'm going to look.
Shoot for 3 million.
I don't think it'd be that much less.
Okay.
But I mean, they said the typical collection rate's 99%. Maybe we shave another point off and say 98% is what our assumption will be. But I think that further talk needs to be had here. Why are they levying this way? It never happened in the past. So, and I'll continue to have that conversation.
I guess I would just be curious what changed. Obviously, you had a change of position, but this was under old position and new
Correct.
position. So
That's right.
what changed policy-wise, I guess,
Yes.
would be
Absolutely.
my question.
But yeah, what was given to the city council, what they
Well,
were
at least they
shown,
said it was wrong.
what they were shown last Monday
Yeah.
was, oh, they're getting a 5% increase. Well, that's not what happened.
Yeah.
And it still seems like overall though,
Don't tell people to pay.
operating expenses, you know, stuff like that's been, with you guys knowing that the money isn't all gonna get there, we've done a good job of curtailing it, and, you know, not overspending.
Yeah, but we
Yeah,
have
you
control.
handle it in-house.
We have controlled the spending,
Yeah.
and it's still going to come out in the red, which I don't, it's never happened in the 11 budget cycles. It did happen in 2013, I think, maybe 2012, before I got here. But we've got, back then we were short operating cash too. At least we got operating
Before you
cash.
got here, we were a mess.
So at least we've got operating cash. So,
They
anyway,
put us in the news all the time.
Oh, yeah.
We were in the news all the time about how bad.
we had a reporter at this meeting every month. Yeah.
And
Matter
then
of fact,
Rick
at the full board.
came and he like whipped us into shape,
I
and the
don't-
news has not
Been back.
come near us. They're like, whatever.
No
They're
story
like, they're
yet.
not interested
Well,
anymore.
yeah, but the truth is, they just don't report in the local news anymore, so.
Well,
And they're just not interested in us anymore.
But if they smell the story, they'd be, so, you know, I think they realize everything is going very well over here.
Okay, so what's a resolution to transfer funds? What do you,
Yeah, this is, and we've talked about this in the last few months, we might need to transfer some money, you know, I've got two, yes, so what I'm asking for is a transfer in section 1 down there of $275,000 from the operating cash to the capital reserve fund to finish off this project.
I have a few questions.
Yes.
One is an editorial comment. I used to be an editor, so forgive me, guys, but I really do read these things.
you should be on the other committee then.
Yeah, well, I think that's kind of.
I mean, I'm not
Obviously,
saying,
we
I'm
need to
just
go
saying.
through two, I'm just looking at
Yeah, it helps
numbers.
on both.
You know,
Yeah, whereas the library needs additional funding to accomplish.
Yeah,
So we
I'll
just
take
need
care of that.
to,
Okay,
we need to get rid of one to accomplish.
will do.
And then, at the bottom, section 2, this resolution, I just may not understand, shall be in full force in effect on January 13th, 2024, or by the end of fiscal year 2023?
That should be 24.
Okay.
On December 13th.
Yeah, and I was told, but I was told that it will happen, but actually it's
Yeah.
January. But yeah, I'll get those two things, and again, what we're asking, thank you for the editorial, I'll get it done.
That's okay.
Yeah, you're right.
I
I'd rather have it right.
No, he
Yeah.
actually likes that.
Yeah,
And we'll,
do run some people nuts.
yeah, and if you see it beforehand, shoot me an email.
Oh, okay.
I'll get it fixed in advance.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, you guys could recommend, if you guys agree with this, you know, the action, the ask for me would be to recommend to the full board to approve it tomorrow.
So,
I make a motion to recommend to the full board the transfer of funds.
anybody else wants to?
I'll second.
Okay, we have to, it's money.
Blake.
Emily,
Paula, aye.
Sophia, aye. Okay, so passed, we will ask the full board to transfer funds. Perfect. Okay, compensation.
I would recommend that this, that you feel the motion to go into closed session for this portion, under 5 Illinois compiled statutes 120,
Okay. I
section 2,
recommend that.
C, paragraph
Okay.
8.
So does anybody want to make a motion to?
I'll make a motion to go to closed session.
Over Illinois, 5 Illinois, see.
Yes.
That long.
5 ILCS 122 C2.
Yes, okay. Anybody want a second?
I'll second that motion.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
5:01 p.m.
I'm going to turn off the camera.
I would like to, we discussed compensation for the staff at the library, and we decided that we were going to table the motion until tomorrow. Does anybody want to make a motion to table it till tomorrow for the full board meeting?
I'll make a motion to table it for the full board meeting tomorrow.
And I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? No. Ayes have it. So moved. We will table it till tomorrow. Does anybody want to make another motion? Because we're done with this.
I'll make a motion to end this meeting.
I will second that.
All in favor?
Aye.